I mean, the equity is something that it has so much, hype around it and misunderstanding. And I can understand how a founder would be hesitant to give equity because could feel that it's giving away control of the company, which not necessarily is the case, right? But it could be, misinterpreted like that, right? There's different type of I learned that there's different type of equity, right? And and with that you then have the liability risks that add to the complexity of the whole thing, right?
Absolutely. It's a lot of complicated decisions you have to make as a founder in the midst of raising money and, hiring and firing and, catching up on technology that is accelerating. You also have to deal with this. The whole jargon is complicated, right? So there's a lot of opportunities to just make that language much, much simpler. Also for a founder, you're trying to see, well, what is the value of this equity, and which changes a lot throughout the journey of a startup. Beginning you might have raised some money and then there's a valuation that the investors put on your company, but you're not making any money. So it's not really worth anything and it's not liquid at all. You can't just sell it so it's like, what do I say to the employees that this is worth, right? So, just helping that they don't kind of exaggerate too much, but they're also not undervaluing it. So really helping shape that message to the team, which ultimately comes through education as well. And each team member can they have with Cake, they have their own app they can log into and see what's the value of the equity. And we have all these explainer cards that makes it really easy for your own journey to kind of understand what this is about. So that really, really helps to make it easier for the founders to, hey, let's go solve this thing. Then the value of our company is going to go up to this. And then the employees can see through the app. That would mean I would actually have this value in my own personal equity. And then over time, you like what we do at Cake is we have kind of very transparent OKRs for the company that we're all striving towards. And we set the valuation of the company as XR AR to make it very simple. And that means that when the employees are, hitting the goals of the OKRs, they can see the value going up directly in their own equity. And like that, it gets more real and transparent. And of course, it always depends on liquidity, which is something you typically will make it easier as you become a more mature company and you're improving yourself in the market. Then it becomes more likely that you can have an exit event that actually creates liquidity in the equity. Yeah, more transparency, more education, and giving the power to the employees to follow how much value they have in the equity and influence the value itself. That's ultimately what we help a lot with the platform.